Good evening, Facebook fans. Welcome to episode 15 of Chef Ron's Kitchen. Earlier this week, I had showcased my turkey wing and spaghetti squash. Turned out to be a big hit. So Chef Ron is going to give you another idea that's going to roll right into the festivities. In fact, we're about a week and a half away from Thanksgiving. And as you know, during this pandemic, we have to be creative. So Chef Ron is going to give you another fantastic meal, and it's going to be in the squash family, but this time I'm going to showcase that butternut squash. And I have a Cornish hens. That Cornish hen comes from out of England, Cornwall, England. It grows up to about, let's say about a couple of pounds, small and sweet tasting. So what Chef Ron is going to do, like I did in the previous episode, is to really show you how I go through the procedures in terms of prepping the meal and also in terms of cooking the meal. And we want to also be able to present the meal. So are you ready? My photographer, my man is back there already. He always ready to eat. So what Chef Ron is going to do is to show you this Cornish hen. And what you want to do with this Cornish hen right here, when you get it, you want to make sure that it's thawed out properly. And I put it in this dish to show you how we're going to dress them up. And like I said, I have one in the oven, it's ready to come out. And let's take a look at what Chef Ron is doing. Ingredients is extremely important. And as you can see, I've showcased all my ingredients, my blackened seasoning, I have my Italian seasoning, I have thyme, I have a little sage, I have my Italian seasoning right here, of course a little sea salt, and of course garlic. What I've done this time is just take real garlic cloves, you can chop that up, and what I'm going to do here is to actually baste this hen with Chef Ron's special seasonings, what I call giving this hen a good rub down before he get in the oven. So with this seasoning, what I've done right here, I've taken a little Italian dressing, a little olive oil, spice it up a little bit, a little red pepper. I like a little Cajun kick in it, a little Cajun seasoning. And of course I got base seasoning, and I'm going to hit it up with a little bacon bits. And what I did here is I just put all this together, mix it in very lightly. And what you want to do with that hen, you want to dress them up. But before I do that, I always say garlic is really good for you. So what you want to do is you want to take 2 pieces of garlic, a real garlic clove right here, and you want to insert it into the cavity of that hen as such. Okay, what you want to do is you want to take a little lemon, fresh lemon, cut. You want to take that lemon, cut it in half. You can also place this inside the cavity of the hen as such, like so. Now, what we're going to do here is to take this seasoning, put it over the bird, like so. You can take his wings, close them in good. Now, a bird this size at 2 pounds, you can actually feed 2, but it's a good healthy meal for just 1 person. And if you want to feed 2, you can just take them and flip them over on his back, split right down the middle, and you have a serving for 2. So now you take that seasoning, put together, and just move it all over that bird, kind of baste that bird really evenly. Now, Chef Ron always said that what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have your veggies. And what I've done here is I have carrots. Take your carrot, and what you want to do is you want to use a sharp knife, as such, and you want to kind of quarter that carrot like such. Okay, carrot, put that around the bird as such. Take a little celery, same. Take that, put that around the bird. going to take your little green pepper, slice that. Corner it. Take that, sprinkle it around the bird. I'm going to take your little onion. You want to corner that as such. Take your onion, put that around the bird. A little old-fashioned country guy. I love some potatoes, so all the nutrients in the potatoes is in the skin. So I generally like to leave the skin on. Take that, quarter that. Okay, and you can take your potatoes, cut that in half like that. Take that, sprinkle that around like that. And she's looking good already. Not even in the oven, but Chef Ron gonna do a little something for you. I'm gonna take a little bay season. Gives a nice taste. Gives a nice color. And I'm gonna take a little blackening season. As you can see. Now, this bird is ready to go in the oven. So we're gonna set him over here. Pull him out. Now the main feature for this evening is that butternut squash that you see right here. Now, listen to me very carefully with this butternut squash. You have to be very, very careful. The skin is very tough on the outside. And what you want to do is get this whole squash. You can use a microwave for about 2 to 5 minutes. Or you can take it, put it in the oven, the general I like for it. What that does is softens the skin of the squash. And half of it I've already made up and cut up and put in the oven. So what you do is you cut off the end on one half and left this end on like this. Make sure that you have a knife. Be very, very careful. Sharp knife. Hold this butternut squash on the end like this. And make sure you cut it. Do not attempt to do that, not unless you soften the squash. Otherwise, that knife could slip, and there you go. Cut yourself. So now, what you want to do, you want to stain the squash up, and you want to take, cut like so, down the middle, like that. And if you notice, when I open this, on the inside, you have seeds. So you don't want to take a knife, a sharp knife, because you cut out the cavity of it. You just want to take the seeds out. So, in taking the seeds out, take it out with a spoon, like such. As you can see here, get all the seeds out. Use a spoon. You don't cut out the meat. Seeds out. Like such. Just one half. There we go. Now, illustrated purposes, I'm gonna just do one side. And what you want to do is now make sure all your seeds are out. There we go. And this part is a tricky part. You have to make sure that you have all the necessary tools. Now, remember I said the exterior of this butternut squash is very thick, and I had to soften it in order to cut it. But now what you need is a scraper. The scraper right here actually peels it for you. Like such, you can actually stand it up. Peels. Peels like such. Like this. Get most of that off like that. And what you do is you want to take that sharp knife and quarter it. Okay. Now, the way to get this butternut squash in cubes, you want to take your sharp knife, cube it out. Cube that out. Cube it. Careful cutting. You don't cut your fingers. Like so. Now, what you want to do is make sure you have a special dish. Chef Ron has a special dish in the oven. Such. And you want to take bowl, put your butternut squash inside, like such. Okay. Now, with that being done, you want to take your bowl. Now, you want to add that special seasoning in it. I pull it out of the oven, you're going to really see the changes in it. What you want to do is you want to take a little cinnamon, sprinkle. Just a little bit over. You want to take a little olive oil, just a little bit, like such. There we go. I always like to add a little sweetness because with the butternut squash, it reminds you of sweet potatoes. So you can add a little honey to it. Like such. And you want to set your oven on about 350. With the Cornish hen, it takes about an hour and a half, about anywhere from 55 minutes to 1 hour. And with your butternut squash, we're talking about 30 minutes. Okay. Now let's take a look at the finished product. But before I do that, we have some stir-fried vegetables. I'm going to show you. There we go. And it's already cut up. We have cabbage. We have red pepper. We have yellow pepper. We have carrots. We have celery. And you want to make sure that pan is a little olive oil. That get hot. And you want to take your veggies. Like so. Make sure you get it all in there, most of it. Such. Got your carrots in here. Gives a nice look. And what you want to do is you put your range up just a little bit. And add a little base seasoning. Take a little bit of sea salt. I add a little garlic to it. Take a little, spice it up a little bit. I add a little black pepper. And just a little bit of lemon. Okay. Not too high. One other little thing I like to do, that's a little bit of Italian seasoning. Such. Okay. Yeah. Doing that, let's go and visit that hen that's in the oven. See how he's shaping up. Oh, he's looking good. Okay. Pull him out. Put him on the board. We got our squash. Oh, that's looking good. Back to the veggies. For a little bit. Now let's see how we're going to dress that hen. Always select a nice platter. What we're going to do is take this hen, set them on a nice raw bed of spinach. Okay. That's coming along pretty good. Look at that. Looking good. Let's doing this thing. Now let's take our tongs, get 2 sharp ends like this so you can lift that bird out lightly. Take the top off. Oh, look at that steam coming out of there. Looking good. Take that bird like such. Set them on that bed of spinach. Now, all those vegetables that I have in there, guess what? What we want to do, put those vegetables in this nice juice. Just carry that all the way around that bird, just like that. That's looking good. Cameraman got his knife, fork, napkin, ready to eat. He does that to me every time I put on something. He got to eat. He said, please save him some. Look how this Cornish hen is looking. Nice golden brown. Guess what? That'll feed one bird comfortably. What is a meal for 2? Guess what? This is something that you can actually do. Chef Ron always believe in presentation. So I have a little chive. Take that and you're going to dress that plate. That around like such. I have my spring onions. I can take the leaves off like such. That like that. Like a little garnish around it. Like such. There we go. Like such. That around. Very easy. And you want to take your nice little tomato. Corner that. Like such. Both ends. It adds a little color, a little dimension, adds a little flavor. Bring that hen right out. There we go. Looking good. Nice golden brown, as you can see here. Now, set him here. Very nice. And what you want to do at this point, I want to bring my squash right on the table here. That's looking good. Now, I'm going to take a spoon, stir that up real nice. Look at that nice juice. Really looks good. Just make sure everything is all around that. I got a special dish for that. take your nice bowl like this. Get me a bigger spoon. They're looking good. Turn that off. You don't want to overcook them. Let's take your squash, butternut squash. Put that in like so. I smell that cinnamon in it. It's real good. Take that, put it in there very lightly. You got your juice. You got that caramel flavor of that cinnamon. And you have a little honey on it. And I tell you, take that. Throw it out the way a little bit. See how she really looking. Take that butternut squash. And I'm gonna do something a little bit different here. I like pecans myself, so if you want to add a little kick to it, what I did, I took some pecans and I cut that up very lightly. Take that, put it over like such. That gives a new dimension to it all together. And you want to take a little parsley. That looks real nice. That's ready. Take it, stir it a little bit. There you go. Your butternut squash. We got a hen. And Chef Ron said, hey, add another little dimension. I got some stirred vegetables. Red peppers in there, got onions. Everything looking good so far. Tell you what, this is a 5-star meal. You want to write it home. Take that, move everything out the way, and let's see what it look like when you sit in that table. That's your Cornish hen, stir-fried vegetables, parsley on that. Cornish hen right in the middle right there. All your sides, potatoes, carrots, wedges. Got your nice little stir-fried vegetable. And we got that butternut squash. And I tell you what, folks, that's a meal fit for a king. Now, what you can do is you can hit me up on Facebook, Chef Ron International. If you want to know all my recipes and secrets, you can request to join my Facebook group, Chef Ron's Table, or you can call me at 866-800-7239. I might want to also add too that when you come on my Buyer's Choice, Chef Ron owns the company. So what I'm actually doing is running some very nice discounts. So you can actually come to my site and I can show you all my processing, and there'll be a menu there for you. And of course, in Georgia, it's free home delivery right at your door. And I'm running some super discounts. And Chef Ron is going to throw some in extra, because when you have your proteins, your meat, you also need your vegetables. So what I'm going to say with you, this is a delectable meal right here. That Cornish hen is a feat to get. And you have your butternut squash along with stir-fried veggies. Boy, that's a meal. It's comforting for a king. 5-star quality. On that note, folks, join me back in soon. We got about another week and a half before Thanksgiving. Chef Ron is going to present you with some other meals. Please stay in touch. And I want to say, bon appetit.